Call it a road test for tax hikes. New York State lawmakers are approving a congestion pricing plan, forcing folks to pay up for driving in some New York City busy neighborhoods. To Fox's Laura Ingle at the Queensboro Bridge in New York City with the details, the painful details.
Yeah, right. Hi, Charles. Well, it is official. New York has become the first city in the United States to pass a congestion pricing plan. So what does that mean? Well, all of us New Yorkers are trying to wrap our heads around exactly how much money this is going to cost us moving forward when it gets implemented in the year 2021. Now, this is all an effort to ease the city's growing gridlock and encourage drivers to find other modes of transportation. They're trying to get people off the road while raising revenue to fix the troubled mass transit system. The dollar amount still being worked out, but experts say it'll likely be around $10 per standard vehicle and could be up to $25 for trucks. Some of the other unknowns: who will be exempt and how the cashless toll system will be implemented. Other cities looking into this too: Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Boston, and Chicago, all considering congestion pricing here in the U.S. Several international cities have seen success with this, from London to Stockholm to Singapore. Big cities report a decrease in traffic, a boost in revenue, and cleaner air quality. However, drivers here in New York say when you add it all up, it could be at least $200 extra per month for them, and some say they won't be able to cut it on that. Now, once in place, Charles, state officials believe that the revenue generated could be $1 billion a year. Once that's generated, they'll take that money and divide it up between the regional rail lines and the local subways and buses to try and improve those systems. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the good news. So the big question now, of course, is this just the beginning? Hey, let's get reaction from Campus Reform's Emma Michelle. You know, Emma, I drive into New York every day, right? And it's amazing that the same city that went on a road diet, they've got bike lanes, they've got bus lanes, they've got all kinds of things, would have the nerve to talk about congestion and make me pay for it. And it's going to be more, right?
Absolutely. And let's be clear here. This is not about congestion. This is about control, because the Democrats and the Democratic government of New York City want to have control over people's lives in every way possible. And they do that through taxation, whether it's taxing people for things they buy or things they sell or things they own. We know that they want to have a hand in every aspect of our lives. And this is really just a chance for Democrats to continue to bring in revenue for a bloated government.
And that's the point here, isn't it? That they've taxed almost everything that moves. Ronald Reagan made a comment about that, you know, years ago, about taxing everything that moves. And now they're actually taxing people who are coming into the city to work for the most part or to shop. They're punishing them for that.
Absolutely, and it really does come down to the fact that Democrats will raise taxes on anyone for any reason, in any way they can get away with. And if you need an example of that, just look at transportation. I bought a car, I paid a few $100s in sales tax for it, and I just had to pay my property taxes on it last week, and every time I go to fill it up at the gas station, I have to pay a fuel tax. It only makes sense that the government would try to come in and say, hey, we're actually going to charge you for where you choose to drive now. That's what makes sense here in this course of action that we've set with the way we tax transportation. What
about the ultimate progressive dream of the utopia with very few cars in the first place? A lot of these cities around the world, and certainly many in America, you know, I talked about the road diet, have gone to the point where they would like to have a city where everyone's on a bicycle or a scooter. I don't know how they pay for the subway repairs then, but it feels like that's their ultimate goal.
Absolutely. Well, my home city of Portland, Oregon has certainly tried this. We have massive gridlock there, and they keep building bike lanes and more public transportation, which is really not fixing the issue. And it's kind of ironic because Peter DeFazio, who's one of our congressmen, is currently pushing for a miles driven tax that taxes drivers for every single mile they drive, including ones where they sit in traffic in gridlock that they did not create. And it's just so ironic that the government is trying to, you know, put a label on this taxation of green and environmental friendly. We know that they're just trying to tax people. This is what they've always done. This green label is just something that they're putting on it so that they can sell it to people better.
Who would have ever thought we'd have to actually kind of sneak into work, right? Like an underground railroad just to get to work. Emma, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Charles.